Hello, my name is Henrietta Wayne. I'm a violinist who's played with the English Baroque Soloists for over 30 years, and I had the privilege in the year 2000 to be part of the Bach pilgrimage year. 21 years later, this extraordinary project still shines as one of the most musically fulfilling and enriching journeys that I've ever made. Although only John Eliot was present for every single concert, nonetheless, many of us instrumentalists and singers lived with Bach and followed the liturgical year from beginning to end and experienced the seemingly endless invention and genius of Bach in the music for his cantatas, so much of it which was new to us then. As I remember arriving in Naarden in February 2000, it was a very cold and bleak time of year. This week's cantata, 144, marks the beginning of Septuagesima and the run-up to Lent. It's a low point in the year, stripping everything back to the bare bones and counting the weeks until the promise of rebirth at Easter time. This cantata, for strings, 2 oboes, 3 soloists and choir, plunges straight into the 7 words of the opening text, telling us to accept our lot and go our way. We know that Bach really struggled with this message as a cantor in Leipzig, and I feel that we're all struggling with it now, with the repeated lockdowns and privations and losses due to this dreadful pandemic. But I'm going to accept my lot and speak as a violinist, neither soloist nor leader, but in a supporting role, very much as the strings function in this pithy and concise cantata. Right from the start, the strings double the choir in a choral fugue, and it's one of the great joys of working with John Eliot, his attention to the nuances and detail and meaning of text and how language shapes the musical phrasing and supports the choir. Next, we have a beautiful alto aria, almost lullaby-like in the vocal line, but underneath the strings wonderfully represent the mutterings and murmurings of the discontent. You can almost see the complaining labourers shaking their heads in a little elaboration in the middle of the aria. After a chorale, the next tenor recitative and soprano aria soften the "don't complain" message and explain the human consequences. Discontent brings only grief and worry, whereas a contented heart can find pleasure even in the midst of sadness. And what a beautiful aria this trio sonata for soprano and oboe d'amore is. The cantata finishes with a final chorale, as always Bach bringing his congregation back to the familiar and the here and now. I hope you enjoy this week's cantata, and if you'd like to continue exploring the wonders contained in Bach's music, please head to the Monteverdi website.